said earlier a little bit, I don't know why, but I really love to read clown, carnival, circus, fair type of books to close out the summer and to get me in the mood for spooky season. And I don't know if it's because my fair growing up was in like early September, mid-September, or if this is just some association from like old school movies that I watched growing up. I really don't know why I connect carnivals with like this great transitional kind of trope, but I do. I love a carnival setting. I love clowns and books and movies. And spoiler, I will not be talking about Stephen King's It, because my whole goal here, I've said this so many times, I've been on here, I want horror movie fans to become readers. And I don't always think that Stephen King, although I do love a lot of his books, I don't think he's always the most like newbie reader friendly. And definitely don't go pick up It if it's the first book you're ever trying to read, because I was not a lifelong reader. I did try to read It back in the day, and it's hard. It's difficult. It's a chunker. So although that is a great kind of clown book, there's more to it than that. But there are a lot of other, great books with clowns, and also great books with a carnival setting. So I'm here to talk about some of those today. But I'm already ready for spooky season. I got my freaking candy corn headband. I got my freaking Halloween earrings. I literally cannot wait. I'm acting like tomorrow is October 31st, even though it's just going to be September 1st. But whatever. That is why I'm kind of trying to do this transition from summer to fall. I just think these books are the best. So earlier we were mentioning the book Hellhound. That is a paperback from hell. That is a term basically coined in popularity by Grady Hendrix. And really it's just a blanket term to refer to any kind of old school paperback that's not like Stephen King. I usually call any old school 80s horror book a paperback from hell. So I have a paperback from hell here that I have not read. This is the only one in the pile I've not read, but I not only read books, I also collect them. It's one of my little vices I have. And I have not read this, but I hope one day maybe I can, but I do have like thousands of these. But the freaking cover, it's a carnival book. It's called Destiny's Carnival, for those of you who can only hear audio. It is by Warren Murphy and Mark Brownwood. I would Google the cover because it's freaking badass. You got a devil claw like coming out of a dude's head, splitting like a little kid's head open.
It's pretty amazing.
Hell yeah. And it's embossed. They don't make covers like this anymore. You can feel it. It's raised up. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it says, unspeakable evil, sinister powers, creatures of darkness, welcome to Destiny's Carnival.
I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, so that, please bear with me. I just wanted to show off this cool cover. I know, it is incredible, Jessica. And speaking of Jessica, I know we had her on, and I know I literally just talked about this book like 2 episodes in a row, but we can't talk about carnival books without giving a quick mention to, yes, this does say Ivy Tholen. She's dead. However, Jessica Lacey here in the chat has revived this book and revised it and is re-releasing it perfectly, coming out in September. You can pre-order it right now. Woo-hoo! This takes place at the end of summer. These girls basically are doing a scavenger hunt type of situation, and they break into this abandoned or shut down for the season Halloween carnival. And I love this book so much because it utilizes the setting to the maximum when it comes to the kills. If you're looking for great creative kills, this has it, but it also has great character development. And I don't want to talk too long about it because I've talked a lot about it, but I can't go through, carnival books without shouting out Jessica Lacey's Taste Like Candy. And yes, I will be getting the revised edition. I just don't have it yet, but all hail Jessica Lacey's Taste Like Candy. Seriously, it's a great carnival book. Seriously. And another very quick... She's laughing because I'm praising her, but another carnival book that everyone knows about, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that this is worth the hype, is Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. And I want to shout it out because look at this edition. This is a Folio Society edition. This is the slip cover. So you got a creepy kind of carousel horse. But look at this freaking bad boy.
It's beautiful.
It's for those who can't see, it's a yellow cover with beautiful red illustrations kind of drawn, embossed in it. It's lovely. I'm going to read this edition next time I reread this book. But yeah, it's fantastic. Nice. Now, you could give me some shit, I guess, for saying that, oh, Stephen King's not approachable for new readers. You might be arguing the same thing for Ray Bradbury. However, I really think if you want fall vibes, the carnival book for you is Something Wicked This Way Comes, because there's no other book ever that is more fall than this book. And although the language is uber poetic and is very hard to read physically, audiobook is your friend, especially if you're a new reader. Audiobook while you read along, or just audiobook, alone, might be your friend, because I listened to this as I read along physically with my eyes. Great way to experience. And if you're looking for a wonderful film adaptation, the 1983 version, the movie version of Something Wicked, is fantastic. It's not streaming, unfortunately, but you can get it on DVD. Highly recommend. One of the best book to movie adaptations, in my opinion, ever. And
Agreed.
Carnival vibes. Just a quick mention.
So
It is
Why don't we
good.
have a 4K copy of that?
I know.
Even a Blu-ray, I'd be happy with.
I would buy it in a flippin' second, Aaron, if it was on freaking Blu-ray or 4K. I don't care. It's such a beautiful
sure.
film.
I have the DVD. I guess
Me
we'll
too.
be happy with that for now.
But it's not enough. We just want it even
It's
better.
not enough,
It's
exactly.
beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, so now for kind of like the more under the radar, really quick things. So first up, we've got the Pilo Family Circus by Will Elliott. This is a really weird, I would almost kind of describe this as kind of semi-bizarro fiction. So yes, it has horror elements, but it also has some dark humor. It's very odd. So to kind of give you a synopsis is hard, but essentially this guy Jamie gets kidnapped by these clowns from this alternate universe, and while he's with them in this alternate universe, he puts on this face paint and he becomes JJ the clown. And JJ and Jamie are like two different people. One with the face paint, he gets all maniacal and crazy. He basically is sabotaging himself, and when he takes off the face paint, then he's like back to normal, wanting to go home, wanting to get out of this universe he's trapped in. So I don't want to say too much more, but if you like, this has like some gore, some darkness, like I said, kind of like a bizarro touch. Very unique clown story, not your typical carnival story at all, because it does have some fantasy vibes, I would say, but it definitely has horror for horror fans, so don't be put off by the mention of some fantasy inclusion. This really has it all. It's a mesh of a lot of different things, but it works together quite well. Another book that may not be for everyone, but this is a fantastic book. So this is Geek Love by Catherine Dunn. And this is a more literary book, so it's not going to be for horror movie fans exclusively per se. Like, I don't think every horror fan would just be able to pick this up and love it. However, if you're someone who doesn't mind literary writing, the word geek, if you didn't know anything about carnival history, it is someone who used to work at a carnival and basically tear the heads off of chickens. That is like a carnival geek. So when you hear the title Geek Love, no, it's not about two nerds falling in love. It is about like literally like carnival geeks and a carnival family and their lineage, essentially. So basically this mom and dad decide to start a family, and they decide to breed their own freaks on purpose. So they take all kinds of chemicals in the hopes of having, I know this is like extreme, but having, deformed, special, quote, freak children. It's crazy. So the premise isn't for everyone. The writing isn't for everyone. But honestly, the characters in here, especially our main character, Ollie, is lovable. And some of the passages are really, really creepy, and some of the characters are creepy. So although it's more literary leaning, there is some horror in here. There's a dude with a bag for a mother effing face. Like, he literally doesn't have a face. He has a bag, and he like breathes through the bag, and it like flaps. And anyway, so there is horror. Believe it. Believe me when I say this. But it does have some kind of flowery writing as well. Audiobook is available for this too, for anybody who might be intimidated by the language. I just think this is one of the most well-written books of all time. Not just one of my favorite carnival books, one of my favorite books, period. It's really fascinating. If you like unusual family dynamics or effed up families, this is your jam, I'm telling you. All right, and just quickly, almost done, about one more.
Seen a lot about this one.
One more and an honorable mention. So Cotton Candy Massacre by Christopher Robertson. He's written a lot of books, in my opinion, that come off like your watching a movie, but you're reading it in book form. I think he's very good at that. There's some people who can pull that off quite well. I've talked about that here on this show before. Jessica Lacey is somebody who can do that. David Sodergren, someone who can do that. Adam Caesar is an author who can do that. All authors, great to pick up if you love horror movies, but you want to get into reading and feel that fast-paced kind of horror movie vibe, but in a book. This book, I feel like, has that. So you got a group of teenagers going to a carnival, and there's some kind of dark history that happened at the carnival a long time ago. People didn't care. They reopened it anyway, including keeping the kind of creepy, kind of haunted old school cotton candy machine, which may influence people who eat the cotton candy to turn into psycho killing clowns. Yes. But don't
Genius.
Yes, very
like
genius. And the cotton candy description is so sick. It's like, oh, this black, like, spidery web sickness. Like, oh, it sounds so off-putting. I love cotton candy. If someone could make me think cotton candy sounds gross, Christopher Robertson did it. I didn't think it could be done, but he accomplished that. But it has humor too, though. So kind of light, kind of B-movie-esque, not totally serious. This is the first book of a series. However, you can kind of read it as a standalone. It wouldn't mess things up if you just stopped at the first book. But I have read the second book, but I like the first one better. So I really think you could have a fun time if you like any of the things I mentioned. And has anyone else here read this one? Because that one's kind of popular. I would say out of all, like, besides Something Wicked, might be the most popular one I talked about.
I've seen a lot about it, but not read it yet.
I think you'd like it. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's got like some humor. I feel like Christopher Robertson kind of writes similar to Jessica in that there's like a horror movie vibe to the writing. And last, just quickly, if you like middle grade reads, I know a lot of us grew up loving Goosebumps. I didn't always love Goosebumps because I wasn't a big reader growing up, but now I do. I'm kind of reliving my childhood as an adult in a way by discovering some Goosebumps for the first time today, like in my mid-30s. But this is very Goosebumps-esque, but it's really scary. Like, I was surprised how creeped out I was by this. This is a Spine Shivers book, so that's the series, and the title of this book is The Grin in the Dark by J.A. Dark, D-A-R-K-E. So a little play on words almost. Like, I don't think that's his real name, but it's wonderful. If it's a pen name, it's quite fun. But this one is really creepy. Basically, this guy, this young teenager, goes to babysit his two twin cousins, and his aunt collects clown dolls. So all over the house there are these clown dolls, and his two cousins are like, oh, we just saw a clown, like, standing over our beds. We're afraid to go to sleep. And he's like, you're just imagining it. It was just one of your mom's dolls. Go to sleep. But he starts to, like, suspect that maybe it's not a doll in the house with them that the twins are saying they saw in the room. So that's where it gets kind of creepy. And it was kind of surprisingly a little bleak and scary for a children's book or a middle grade book. So highly recommend if you just like, if you're a kid at heart and you like middle grade reads. They're easy, they're quick, they're short. And this one I thought had some creepy vibes. So that's my picks.
Good cover art.
Yeah, the cover art's fantastic. That's another thing, is it's like a really creepy clown on the cover.
How many pages is that book?
It is only, hold on. Sorry, there's discussion questions in the back. It is 108 pages, so super short, super readable, easy to like binge quickly. And the last thing I want to talk about quickly, if I want to plug my event, self-promotion, like selfish self-promotion. I'm so sorry.
You are all allowed to self-promote as much as you want while you're on here. That's what this is for.
I appreciate it. But this one, basically, if you love community, like this whole show is about celebrating community. I'd love to tell you guys about my little like Halloween/spooky season event I'm running for free online. Anybody in the world, anywhere from home can participate. You can participate solo, or you can join in and become a part of our community. We've got a Discord, which I'm literally going to be showing watch parties for people. You don't have to rent the movie. We rent, if there's renting that needs to be done, we rent it, we show it. You just jump into our like watch channel and you watch along, and you could chat along with us as we all watch. And it's so much fun. So I'll be doing movie streams the whole event long. And also we have live streams on YouTube where we literally just like chat and discuss what we're doing for hours. We have little time breaks where we go off and like watch part of a movie or read part of a book, come back after the timer goes off and like talk about what we've been up to. They're called sprints, but they're really fun. It sounds weird, but it's a lot of fun, and they get really chaotic and unhinged, and it's just a great event if you want to become part of a community who loves spooky season. The basic idea is I provide you guys, if you go to my YouTube channel, Slime and Slashers, and you go look at my Halloween-a-thon is what it's called. If you go look at my announcement video, in the description of the video, you could find everything you need, including the Discord links, including I have all these printable documents. We have a little town map, and I made a game board, a blank one and a numbered one that you can use. You could put your own prompts on them, or you can use our prompts, and like a prompt is like, okay, read or watch a movie that has a number in the title. You could literally go through and use my numbered board and make a list of movies you own on your shelf, and you make the rules of the game. So you decide how you want to go across our little game board, which again has all these thematic little areas like a little pumpkin patch and whatever. I got different horror creators highlighted all along this map, so you can discover new creators while also participating, because each little location is kind of in honor of a certain person who does horror content or Halloween content. So I just think it's a great way to get people involved, to get people to find other creators. Again, it's Halloween-a-thon, and the announcement video for 2025 is up on my channel, Slime and Slashers, and I'd love to have you join our community, especially the Discord. The Discord's so fun. Become a part of the community. Join our cult. Come on.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Is there a link to the Discord?
There is. The link is in my announcement video. I didn't give Tim the link, but thank you so much, Jessica. Yeah, so there's like, you don't even have to play the game board. I even have a bingo board. So say if you just want to mood read and mood watch, you could literally just like put stuff in the bingo board after if you really want to like, oh, I want to use these printables. I want to print out this stuff and actually mark on it. Freaking watch something, and I guarantee you it will match one of our prompts. Even if it doesn't, put the title of what you watched in the little bingo board. You complete the bingo board. It's like you visited our little Halloween town, because this is our little town. And the whole thing is you're, 9 locales, 9 squares on a bingo board, or you play through the game board, which is like you're visiting the 9 locales. So
This is crazy. It's awesome.
thank you. It takes a long time to prepare, I can tell you that. But
were you a teacher in a past life?
no, I'm a planner though, and I might as well have been a teacher.
This is like elementary teacher level of planning and organization, and I love it because I was in elementary for 2 years, so I respect that.
Some people who homeschool their kids actually, like, this is only the second year we've done it, but I've had like a whole family do it as part of their like curriculum, which I think is so fun.
Nice.
And like, they pick spooky books based on the prompts, and some people just do it for movies. So again, it's movie watcher friendly, but also we've got activity prompts. So it says like, go to a haunted corn maze, or, go carve a pumpkin, go to a pumpkin patch. Like, we've got activities, or you can, again, just use your own prompts or your own things you want to do, watch, or read. And that's it. So sorry to take up so much time.
No, that is awesome. That is so cool. Definitely check that out. Kelsi.
That's so cool.
GC,
One more question.
Yeah, Joel.
Kelsi, name your top 5 Goosebump books.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. I love The Haunted Mask is my number 1, and I think the adaptation, the 2-part like TV show adaptation is so good. And if you're looking for a fall read, the book and the Haunted Mask, the 2-parter episode is fantastic. But I also really like Welcome to Dead House, which is Goosebumps number 1. That one's great. Let's Get Invisible is great.
Monster Blood.
Monster Blood's awesome. Werewolf of Fever Swamp. I've got my whole stack right here next to me. Oh, Say Cheese and Die is one of my favorites. That one's great too. So, yeah.
Love that one.
Really, like, I've liked every Goosebumps I've read, so I can't really say I dislike. I mean, there's some that are better than others, but those are some of my favorites.
Awesome. So we keep asking Kelsi back. She keeps wanting to come back too. She's not forced under
not at all.
any duress to be here, because so many horror fans have grown up to write books.
Yes.
And so many horror fans think just the movies are where they can find what they want, but there are amazing and fantastic horror books out there. Get out there and read.
Especially today. Jessica
Yes.
and I were like DMing on Instagram today, and we were literally talking about like people don't get it because they might only think that if they tried Stephen King and it didn't work, that they're not a reader. I was them. I thought I was not a reader because I tried a few things. There's so much more out there. There are books that are like horror movies because the people who grew up loving horror movies like you guys are now writing these books.
Yep.
So it's
Exactly.
cool.
So Kelsi's going to keep coming back because I'm an avid reader as well and want horror fans. If you have come here for movies and you end up picking up a book that Kelsi recommends, want to hear what you thought about that.